What's up, guys? Today we'll be reviewing The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Um, so, what was the point of the film? I think the film's main idea and purpose was obviously to help, um, especially in the '90s, LGBTQ individuals kind of get more of a mainstream audience. It ended up being a hit, so I think this film was definitely a breaking point in some ways for LGBTQ culture. I think also the film wanted to emphasize how these people are no different than anyone else, and at that, especially not any weaker physically or emotionally. And I think that an example of this would be the bar scene, where um, they're all tested by straight individuals, probably homophobic individuals, verbally as well as almost physically, and they stand up for themselves and end up out drinking the woman who first tried her in the beginning, and then also made a fool of her verbally in front of everyone and made the bar laugh. So, as I said, I think it's trying to I think that was just really trying to emphasize how they're no different than anyone else. Emotionally, they're still human. In many cases, they're stronger than the average person. I think the movie's aim was also to kind of show how these people, LGBTQ people, were viewed across the world, and the humorous elements of the film were intended to kind of take the seriousness away from how serious the hate and discrimination these people have faced, especially in the '90s. I think also this could be a way to inspire those who are already LGBTQ to take things lightly, because no matter what, they're not gonna totally feel 100% accepted. So they need to take things lightly and not take everything personal and stay strong. Lastly, I think the film was also just used to address these issues, the socio-cultural issues that this community faces back then and even now, and the film kind of addresses these issues, especially ahead of the time of the '90s when it was made. But even sometimes now, it's some of the things it addresses are ahead. So, what makes this film transnational? Well, one way the film's obviously transnational is it being LGBTQ focused. This community is known to come together and relate in every way possible, and they usually share little boundaries as a culture and are able to connect worldwide, usually. I think the flamboyant nature of the film also makes the plot and main ideas easily translated to different cultures. So I think the characters' outfits, the nature of the characters do a good job of being relatable, and the humor of the film definitely enhances that. And I think anyone, no matter where they're from, will be able to get a good laugh out of this film, unless they're ignorant. Lastly, another way this film is transnational is it being a gender-based film, where all the characters are from different backgrounds and social class. I mean the characters within the film, not the actors. Although most actors, almost all of them are Australian, their different identities definitely shine through far beyond the national identity of their national identities of being Australian. And I read a fun fact is that they're only allowed to have one non-native actor in this film, because in the '90s there's something like that. So that's why all the actors are Aussie. What did I like about the film? I really enjoyed the scenes where the characters stood up for themselves and proved the naysayers wrong. I really enjoyed this was a '90s film. I'm a '90s baby, but I really enjoyed that this was a '90s film and that it was shot on film, because I love film much more than modern day cinema. One thing I learned about myself from watching the film is that even though I am straight, I could still relate to gays and transgender people much more than I did realize beforehand. And lastly, how did the film make me feel? To be honest, the film made me laugh a lot. It made me laugh a lot, but it also made me uncomfortable at times due to how flamboyant some things were. I was shocked. And also I've picked up on some racist things that were also made me a little uncomfortable, but all in all, I enjoyed the film. It was definitely interesting. Okay, thank you guys.